Last week, for 5 days in a row, the People's Daily published front-page editorials on Apple's double standards and after-sales services in China. The editorial started after a CCTV program aired on World Consumer Day. The annual broadcast, which highlights company malpractices, pointed out that Apple has a different set of after-sale policies in China compared to its other international markets. The broadcast claimed that Apple's after-sales services for its computer and tablet products are 1 year shorter than required by Chinese law. In addition, Apple's after-sales service in China only covers certain parts on defective iPhones, while in other countries, the company provides a complete new device. In response, California-based Apple posted a message on its Chinese website to clarify the company's warranty policy. Regarding defective products, Apple says the company fixes phones with completely new components, but reattaches the original back case. The statement also said that Apple provides a 90-day guarantee on repairs, longer than the 30 days required by Chinese law. But the Chinese media has considered the statement to be an insufficient response. Combined with the fact that the electronics maker has so far declined Chinese journalists' requests for interviews, the People's Daily has printed editorials that called Apple, quote, arrogant beyond comparison. So then, what are Chinese net users making of this whole ordeal? Well, let's hear what our Weibo users have to say.
Why isn't the People's Daily paying more attention to official corruption, the thousands of dead pigs that ended up in a river, and air pollution? Why is it instead keeping its eye on an advanced and creative technology company that produces products many people like? If the People's Daily would put more focus on issues such as food security, water and air pollution, and government services, our society would appear very different right now. Does Apple Inc.'s after-sales service really deserve so much attention from a national-level paper? Why doesn't the People's Daily cover more news which are closer to Chinese people's lives? Why is it always necessary to politicize business? When Google pulled out of China, we lost a search engine. If Apple leaves China, what will we lose? There must be a more effective way to solve the problem.
And as if unflattering editorials in the People's Daily weren't enough, a state-owned Shanghai animation film studio has recently announced that it is suing Apple for selling its movies without approval. Shanghai Animation Film Studio accuses Apple of providing unauthorized download services in its Apple Store. The animation film studio said that Apple and its subsidiary sold 110 movies that they made, including Calabash Brothers and Black Cat Detective. Apple has said that it would not comment or make a response to an ongoing litigation. China is Apple's second largest market after the U.S. Apple CEO Tim Cook was quoted by China's official Xinhua agency earlier this year, saying that he believed China would one day become Apple's largest market. No surprise for a country with 1.3 billion people and a national GDP growth rate of 7%. So what should the government and the public do as the Apple issue continues to unfold? Well, let's have a look at what some Weibo users had to say about it to find out.
I'm sure Apple Inc. is not the only company that has questionable policies and practices in China. Nor is it the worst offender. I just hope the supervision system can keep to protect Chinese consumers' interests. Maybe the Chinese government can put a direct ban on Apple's products, just like how the U.S. has put a direct ban on some Chinese products. The Chinese government should maintain a strong stance on Apple Inc.'s problems. The U.S. government has already imposed sanctions on Chinese companies such as telecommunications firm Huawei. I don't think there's anything wrong with following suit. Apple Inc. should thank the People's Daily for the free publicity.
Apple's image is certainly taking a beating from the latest publicity from the People's Daily, but one cannot deny that the company makes top-of-the-line consumer products. It just seems like some accusations of poor after-sales service will not turn Chinese consumers away from their beloved iPhones, iPads, and iMacs.